Bismillahirrohmanirrohim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introduce my name Annisa from a group of 5 science geography class will present the results of our discussions about earthquakes. Preliminary background. One of the planets that supports the survival of living things is the Earth. The Earth becomes a planet with a fairly stable temperature compared to other planets. Therefore, knowledge of the Earth is very important for all humans, so that survival on Earth can be maintained. The Earth consists of several plates. These plates keep moving all the time. The movement of these plates causes earthquake. An earthquake is a vibration that occurs on the surface of the earth due to the release of energy in the earth. The impact of an earthquake causes another disaster such as landslide and tsunami, as well as other impacts, namely damage public facilities and also the victims who died. In Indonesia, many earthquakes occur whether it's on a small scale or large scale. That is because Indonesia is crossed by 3 world plates, namely the Australian, Eurasian, and Pacific plates. Indonesia is included in the Pacific Ring of Fire. The Pacific Ring of Fire is a cluster of volcanoes in the world. This becomes the cause of Indonesia volcanic and tectonic earthquakes. Well, we go straight into the discussion. Earthquakes are vibrations that occur on the surface of the earth due to the sudden release of energy from the inside, which creates seismic waves. Earthquakes are usually caused by movements of the earth's plates. The frequency of an area refers to the type and size of earthquakes experienced over a period of time. Earthquakes are measured using a seismometer. Magnitude moment is the most common scale where earthquakes occur for the entire world. The Richter scale is a scale reported by a national seismological observatory measured on a local magnitude of 5 magnitude. Two scales are the same as their valid range of numbers. Earthquakes of 3 magnitude or more are mostly almost invisible, and if magnitude 7 is more potential to cause serious damage in large areas depending on the depth of the earthquake. The cause of an earthquake. Most earthquakes are caused by the release of energy produced by pressure caused by moving plates. Sooner or later, the pressure gets bigger and finally reaches a condition. The types of earthquakes. Speaking about earthquakes, evidently that the earthquake is divided into various types that can be divided based on the cause, namely collision earthquakes, 2. Tectonic earthquakes, 3. Volcanic earthquake, 4. Artificial earthquake. The signs of an earthquake. This is this is a sign of an earthquake. 1. The emergency of earthquake clause. 2. Check the electronic devices in your home are experiencing struck disorders. 3. Pay attention to the behavior animals. The impacts of an earthquake. Building damage. A high magnitude earthquake can cause total collapse of the building. Debris from collapsed buildings is a major danger in earthquakes because the effect of heavy and large objects falling can be deadly to humans. A high magnitude earthquake caused shards of mirrors and windows, which also brought danger to humans. 2. In infrastructure damage. An earthquake can cause a power line collapse. This is dangerous because exposed living wires can weather pipelines. Damage gas lines can cause loose gas which can cause explosions and fires which may be difficult to handle. 3. Landslides. 4. Earthquakes can cause flooding. 5. Earthquakes can trigger tsunami. 6. Soil disbursement at liquefaction. The anticipations before an earthquake happen. 1. Make sure that the structure and location of the house can be protected from the danger caused by an earthquake. In addition to evaluate and renovate the structure of house buildings to avoid the danger of earthquakes. 2. Get to know the workplace environment, such as paying attention to the location of doors, elevators, and emergency stairs. This aims to make it easy for us to find the safest place to protect. In the event of an earthquake, in addition, learn to do first aid in accidents, learn to use fire extinguishers, and note important telephone numbers that can be contacted during an earthquake. 3. Make routine preparations at home and work. Preparations can be started from adjusting the positions of large furniture such as cabinets so that they stick to the wall. The goal is to avoid larger items from falling, collapsing, and shifting during an earthquake. Then store flammable materials in a place that is not easily broken to avoid fire. Don't forget don't forget to always turn off water, gas, gas and electricity electric electric when not is when not in was for to avoid falling material during an earthquake. Place heavy objects at the bottom. Check the stability of dependent objects that can fall when an earthquake occurs, such as light aids. 5. At home and at work. Prepare equipment equipment that must be available in very place such as first aid kits, flashlights or battery lamps, radios, as well as food supplement and water. An example of an earthquake that has occurred in Indonesia. Conclusion. An earthquake is an event of energy release that causes a sudden dislocation on the inside of the earth. The occurrence of an earthquake is caused by several things, including volcanic tectonic collapse and nuclear. The result of an earthquake that is causing damage to buildings, public facilities, and infrastructure such as road, highway, and others. Efforts to overcome, namely make buildings according to standards, make earthquake resistant buildings, especially in earthquake prone areas. The most important mitigation that can be done is to avoid panic and shelter under the table, and if outside room, stay away from electric poles and trees. Suggestion. It is better if the knowledge of mitigation about earthquake disasters in installed early on to create generation that is responsive to disasters and useful for homeland and the nation. Well, that's all from the present the presentation this time, and the lack of for forgiveness. Wabillahi taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.